welcome back to my channel. I hope you're having a wonderful day. Today I am so excited because it is literally like 85 degrees outside here in California. It is unfortunately like extremely windy. I think because it's bringing some cold in, but right now it's like 85 degrees outside and it's so warm and it's so nice, and I sat outside in the sun for like a couple hours and it was so nice to be outside today. And it brought me a lot of like really nice, warm, happy feelings and thinking of the spring and summer and being outside and being bronzed and all that kind of stuff, which you know I love. So today I felt like talking about something bronzy, and today I wanted to talk about the Roen 75 Degrees palette. And this is what it looks like on the inside. I told you guys I'd be talking about it soon, and I finally am. I know it's taken me a really long time to like finally make a video about this, but it's so worth it because this palette is amazing. As you guys know, I am a huge fan of Roen. I love all of their products so much. I have the other two palettes, which are the 52 Degrees and the 1111 palettes. And then I also have the two disco shadows, Disco and Summer Disco. I love everything that they make, and now I'm so happy because I have the last palette that they have, which is a 75 Degrees one. And I originally was never gonna buy this one because I was like, oh, it's all warm tone shadows, like I don't want that, because I feel like warm tone shadows look weird on me. I don't know, sometimes it just looks kind of strange and I don't really like the way that it looks. So I figured I would never buy it. But then I loved these other palettes so much, and when they had their sale for Halloween, I was like, you know what, I might as well just get it and then I'll have the complete set because maybe I'll like it. I don't know, who knows? So I got it, and I didn't use it for a while because I was planning on making a video, and then I never got around to making that specific video. And then in December I was like, oh, you know what, I'm just gonna use this because I don't like that it's just sitting here and I'm not using it. So I decided to use it, and I am in love. I love this palette. It is one of my favorite things like ever. It's so beautiful. And even though the colors are warm toned, they're really, really neutral, and they look so pretty on, and I can't wait to share it with you guys. As you know, they come in the white Roen Beauty box. It's the 75 Degrees palette, and the shades are called Obviously, Nikki Dust, FaceTime, and J'adore. It says, with this hero palette, you can mix, layer, and play to create effortless glamour. Smudge with finger or apply with their eye brush to create your perfect wash and sparkle. They're vegan, cruelty-free, gluten-free, made in the USA, which is amazing. And then when you open up the box, every palette comes in like this cute little like velvety bag so you can keep them clean instead of looking like, you know, I don't know if you can see it, but all crazy dirty, which is inevitable to happen with packaging that's like plastic, but it looks like metal. So like you're gonna get, you know, smudges and all that on there. So I don't really worry about that, but if you wanted to like look nice on your counter, you can put that on there. A little bit about this eyeshadow palette in particular, it's $42. Like I said, I got it on sale for like, I think the sale was 31% off, so it was like 20 something dollars, and it was totally worth it. And then it says, this warm hero palette was tested by artists and real women combined. The consensus is that it's easy to use and foolproof, even for those that have the fear of eyeshadow. No shades in the 75 Degrees warm palette will go unused. They are the staple colors you'll actually use and love. Methodically designed, they mix well with each other and stand out alone. Lid illums are pigmented and easy to put on with a finger or brush. For more color payoff, apply with your finger. For a diffused look, apply with the brush. This is a perfect palette for anyone who wants to look effortlessly glamorous in minimal time. Our lid illums perform without compromising our ingredients. Clean, vegan, and cruelty-free. The shades are Obviously, which is a gold, Nikki Dust, which is a warm taupe, FaceTime, which is a shimmering dark brown, and J'adore, which is terracotta. The outer packaging for all the Roen containers are 100% recyclable if you decide to throw it away. So let me go ahead and show it to you guys again up close. As I said, I've already been using this, so the colors are not completely perfect. This shade here, this golden color, is Obviously. This shade here, which is a warm taupe, is Nikki Dust. This shade here, which is the shimmering dark brown, is FaceTime. And then this terracotta color is called J'adore. So as you can see, I haven't used J'adore yet. This is the one that I haven't touched yet, but all of these other ones I have been using a lot. And this color right here, I love. And this is the Nikki Dust and then FaceTime. these two right here are two of my favorites. Like, I wear them almost every day lately. They're just really pretty because they're so natural, but they give you just a little something extra. Let me go ahead and swatch these on my arm. The thing about these is they're like a cream to powder formula, so they're like super creamy and velvety when you touch them, and then they dry down to like a powder. So this shade is Obviously, it's the golden color right here. And I'll put it on my arm so you guys can see. It's super pretty. I really love that color. And then next is this shade here, Nikki Dust. This one is like a taupey brown. They're super smooth, and I just love that you can use your fingers with them. But the colors are so pretty. So next up here is the shade FaceTime, this one right here. This one I find is like the creamiest out of the bunch of what I've tried so far. This one's really pretty. I love this one, especially with having like green hazel eyes. It looks really nice. And then lastly is the shade J'adore, which I apologize, I don't speak French, so if it sounds really bad, I apologize. This is the color right here. It's really pretty. It's like a burnt orange. That one I haven't tried on my eyes, only because I feel like I don't know if I can pull off this kind of color, but we're gonna try it today. What I wanted to do now that I've swatched all of those on my hand is do a little demo of them on my eyes like I've done with the other palettes, where I'll do like a lighter application and then I'll show you like a more full coverage application of it. And I'll do all 4 colors, and then afterwards I'll just, you know, fix it up and put some mascara on and call it a day. Okay, so we'll go ahead and go in with Obviously first, and we'll just do like a really light application of it. Okay, here's what it looks like, nice and light. I know some people don't like sparkly things as much as I do, so I just want to show you what it looks like on with just a really light application. It's really pretty. This would be like the perfect everyday, sparkly, brings light to your face kind of eyeshadow. Now let's go ahead and put it on a more full coverage. This is really cool because you can just build it up to however much you want on there. Like, you can sheer it out in areas, you can build it up in areas. And I do the same thing with the other palettes as well as the disco shadows. So there is the shade Obviously in a more fuller coverage version. And you can also apply these with a brush, you know, however you want. But I like to use my fingers because they're super quick and easy to use. They're right there. You don't have to worry about, you know, blending with multiple different brushes. You just blend it out with your finger. And I think it just looks so pretty. So next we'll use the shade Nikki Dust, which is this one right here. This one's one of my favorites. It's so pretty. I'll do a light application again. So this is what Nikki Dust looks like on with just a super light layer. I think it looks really pretty. The thing that I like about it most is that it's very natural looking, and you don't have to use a lot of product to get just like a really nice natural color. Because it has like a little bit of that taupey brown base, it looks really pretty. So let me go ahead and do a more heavier coverage of it. It looks really pretty either way. So that is Nikki Dust, more full coveragey, as well as the shade, obviously. This one I think is like a really nice everyday, even if you're in an office work environment, I feel like it's really pretty and it's not too much. Like, it's sparkly, but it doesn't look like glitter. Like, it just looks like sheen that catches the light. Like, I think it looks really pretty. And this is like, it looks so nice with green eyes, and it'll look amazing with blue eyes too. This whole palette for blue eyes, fire. But anyways, I feel like this color just looks really pretty, and it's definitely one of my favorites from this palette and from like the whole Roen line, because it looks like you put in effort doing your eyeshadow, even though you literally just used 2 fingers and you just rubbed it around on your eye. Now that those 2 are on, I'm going to go ahead and remove them and then put the other 2 shades on so you guys can see those. So let me do that real quick. I'll be right back. Okay. So the next we'll go in with this shade called FaceTime, which is like this darker brown shade, and we'll do a light application with it. Like I said, this one's like more creamier out of all of them. But this one's really pretty too on like green hazel eyes. It really brings out the green and golden tones, and I really like that. Here's the shade FaceTime right on the side in a light application. See, this is also one of those really good work time eyeshadows because it's not too sparkly where it looks like you just applied glitter all over, but it's like a really nice amount so that it looks, you know, professional and it looks really nice. I think this is just like a good everyday eyeshadow palette. So this one, I think it looks so pretty, either full or light coverage. But let's go ahead and put the full coverage on. And then this is the shade FaceTime, more full coverage. It's really pretty. This is like a cool, like going out, not that anybody's going out, but if you had like a going out time at home where you're having like an at-home date or whatever, like this is such a pretty color for that. It's really nice and bronzy, or hopefully one day when everything opens back up and you can go out again, this would be such a pretty color to just put on your eyelids. It really brings, like when you have light against it, it really brings out all of these like golden olivey tones too, which are really pretty. I love these colors. It really brings out the golden tones in my eye color, and I feel like with blue eye colors it will just like make them pop like crazy, but I love the way that this looks. It's so pretty. So let me go ahead and do the last shade, which is J'adore. I hope I'm pronouncing that correct. That is this one here, that like terracotta color. This one I haven't ever tried on myself personally, so this will be a first reaction to that. This one does not feel nearly as like chunky glittery wise. Ooh. This is an interesting color. It's not nearly as sparkly as the other ones. I would say this is almost more like almost more matte than the other shades. Like I have a little bit of sparkle, but I don't know if that's sparkle from the leftover previous color, because it does leave sparkle in its tracks, or if it's just like a hint of sparkle from this color, but I think it's more of like a matte tone. But it's really pretty. This actually reminds me a lot of Summer Disco, but more orangey than Summer Disco is. Let's go ahead and put another layer on. Yeah, see, like if you look at it, it definitely looks more matte. It's like shiny, but not sparkly. It's pretty though. This would be amazing on blue eyes. If you have like goldeny brown eyes, this would bring out a lot of the golden tones in the brown. I'm noticing it pull a lot of green and almost blue tones from my eyes, which I don't get very often. Sometimes they'll show up like a little bit with like around the outside, like almost like tealy color. But I'm definitely noticing it pull those colors while looking in the mirror here. It looks really pretty. It's not matte. It's definitely more plain. Like it doesn't have all this sparkle. Like it still has sheen, but it doesn't have like sparkly glittery pieces as much. They're just really more fine, but it's pretty. I don't know that I would use this color all the time, but it's definitely pretty. I feel like I would use the other shades more often, but if I had blue eyes, like all blue eyes, I would use that shade all the time, because that would just look amazing. That's all 4 shades. I'm gonna go ahead and probably take this one off and apply the other shade to it so that I can have regular looking eyes instead of two-toned. Oh, actually first before I do that, let me show you this shade Summer Disco so you guys can see what that one looks like compared to J'adore. It's definitely more golden, but I feel like when it's on the eye, it has more of this orangey tone. But I'm gonna go ahead and apply this on top just so you can see what it looks like on top of it. This actually brings a lot more of the like sparkle like the other shades have. It's pretty. It definitely has more fallout though, because look at all over my face. It's everywhere. Okay, let me clean that up really quick so you guys can see what it actually looks like. Okay, so that is J'adore with Summer Disco on top. And actually I like that a whole lot better. That's more my vibe of like with the sparkly. I definitely didn't like it as much on its own. I felt like it was missing that sparkle like all the rest of the shades had. So with Summer Disco on top, it's more like what I'm into. But it looks so pretty. I'm so thrilled that I got all of these. So let me go ahead and change this really quick. I'm going to take one side off and then, actually I think I'm going to take this side off and do this again because this is actually really pretty now that I see it with Summer Disco on it. So hold on one second. Okay, so I just finished doing my makeup. I did the shade J'adore with Summer Disco, like I said, and then I added a little bit of Obviously right in the inner corners just for, I don't know, something fun, pop of gold. I don't know, I thought it looked cute. And then I added the Roen Cake Mascara to my lashes. If you guys haven't tried this mascara, highly recommend it. I've done videos about it in the past, but it's so good. It makes your lashes so long. So yeah, I am just a huge fangirl for Roen Beauty. I think it looks so pretty. I am a big fan of anything sparkly. So when I saw these and that they're clean and cruelty free and tried them out, I knew I just love them. So anyways, that is it for this video. I just wanted to share with you guys the 75 Degrees palette because I am obsessed with it. I'm so glad that I purchased it. I literally did not think that I would like this palette. That's why I put it off for so long because this one was one of the first ones to come out and I just was like, nah, I'm never gonna use that. But I love every shade in it. Now that I've used the Summer Disco topper on top of the J'adore, I love that shade too. So I will be using all 4 of these shades all the time. I did want to show you guys just to compare the other 2 palettes with it so that you can see all 3 of them together because I didn't show that earlier. So here are all of the palettes so that you guys can see them. This one here is the 52 Degrees Cool palette. It's really beautiful. This one right here is the 1111 palette, which is sort of like a mix of warm and cool tones. I will put a link in the description box for the videos on these 2. And then this is the 52 Degrees palette, which is all warm tones. But all of them are just so pretty. I love them. It's like my favorite collection of eyeshadows that I have. They're just all so nice and you can use them all for every day. You can use them for special events or occasions. They do crease, so if you don't use an eyeshadow primer or anything underneath, they will crease on you, but all you have to do is just blend it out with your finger and then wipe your finger off. I mean, clean your hand first, then blend it out with a finger and then wipe your finger off. But yeah, I mean, I don't have a problem with that. That doesn't bother me. But if you need an eyeshadow primer underneath, you can definitely use one of those. I didn't use one because I don't really care if I use one or not. So let me know down below if you guys have used any of these palettes or disco shadows. I want to know what your guys' thoughts are because I clearly love them all. So yeah, that is it. I just want to share this with you guys today because today is like a very bright and sunny and warm day, and it just made me think of all of these warm summery bronze tones, and I was like, this is the perfect day to show it off. So anyways, I hope that you guys enjoyed this. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. And also, before I forget, if you haven't subscribed yet, hit that subscribe button. I'd love to have you join my channel here. We're almost to 1,000 subscribers, which is awesome and so exciting. I hope that you guys have a wonderful rest of your day, and I will see you in the next video. Bye guys!